So good day. So first of all, my name is Danny Basco. So my topic here is how to determine compass error using variation and deviation. So for our first example is variation 3 degrees west and deviation 2 degrees west. So if they have the same name, so we have to add. So the compass error will be 5 degrees west. So in our next example is variation 3 degrees west and deviation 2 degrees east. So they have the different name, so we have to subtract. So the compass error will be 1 degrees west. So we have to use the name of the greater value, which is the variation 3 degrees west. So next topic is how to determine variation. So first example is compass error 3 degrees east, variation 2 degrees east. So our thumb rule is always reverse the sign of the variation. So the 2 degrees east will become 2 degrees west. So they have different name of the compass error, so we have to subtract, and the deviation will be 1 degrees east. So we have to use the name of the greater value, which is 3 degrees east. So compass error. So the next example is compass error 3 degrees east and variation 2 degrees west. So always reverse the sign of the variation. So the 2 degrees west will become the 2 degrees east. So they have the same name. So we have to add, and the deviation will be 5 degrees east. So next topic is how to determine compass error using true bearing and compass bearing. So we have a thumb rule. So compass best error with compass least error S. So and also always subtract. So compass bearing, in our first example, compass bearing 320 degrees, true bearing 315 degrees. So notice that compass bearing has a greater value than true bearing. So our value of the compass error will be 5 degrees west. So we have the thumb rule compass best error west. So the compass is bigger than the true bearing. Next is compass bearing 320 degrees and true bearing 324 degrees. So we have to subtract. So the compass error will be 4 degrees east. So the true bearing is larger than the compass bearing. So we have to put the name east. So compass least error east. Next is how to determine the true course. So we we have a we have a thumb rule. So the to compass course to true course. So if it is west, so we have to subtract, and east if we have to add. So compass course is 180 degrees in our example. So deviation is 5 degrees west. So we have to minus compass course and deviation 180 to minus 5. The magnetic heading will become 175 degrees, and the variation is 700 degrees east. So if it is east, we have to add. So 175 degrees plus 7 degrees is of the variation is the true course will be 182 degrees. Next is how to determine the compass course. So to true course to compass course, we have in west we have to add, and east we have to subtract. So the true course of our example is 182 degrees, and the variation is 700 degrees east. So if it is east, we have to subtract. So the magnetic heading will be 175 degrees, and the deviation is 500 degrees west. So if it is west in true course to compass course, we have to add. So 175 degrees plus 500 degrees west. So the compass course will become 180 degrees. So next is how to update variation in compass rose. So in our example is if the variation was 4 degrees and 38 minutes west in 2012 and has an annual change of 4 degrees east, calculate the variation in year 2021. So here is our solution. So we have to subtract the year the year from 2021 to 2012. So we have to subtract. So we get 9 years and multiply the annual change of the year that has been subtracted by the 2021 and 2012. So 9 years times 4 equals 9 years times 4 degrees east equals 36 minutes. So the then the variation of 2012, so we have to subtract. So the variation of 2012 is 4 degrees and 38 minutes west, and minus from the annual change, which is the multiplied from 9 years, and annual change, which is the 36 degrees east. So they have different names, so we have to subtract. So the value will become 4 degrees and 2 minutes west. So we have to use the name of the greater value. So that's all for my explanation.